Thank you, Jola. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh my goodness, it's such an honor being here. When Kojola told me about this thing, I thought I was not going to be around. I thought I was going to be in East Canada. But Canada showed me Pepe. I couldn't make it to my friend's wedding. So she had been calling me all week. Then I said, this woman, I'm going to surprise you. So I didn't pick her call. But then I knew I had to be here today. And I just want to say thank you, Coach Jola. Thank you for accepting this mandate that has been put upon your life. And I feel like whatever it is that was your journey was probably to help you help the world so that people like me, so that people like all of the thousands and millions to come of people that you will bless will be blessed. Um, I met Coach Jola in 2013. She was producer of a film I did then with Van Vika. Yes. It's titled Yes I Don't. And I think it was my first, yes, it was my first leading role. I also met Judith Audu, on that production. Yes, he was a pastor. Yes, he was a pastor. And there was something that happened to me. I had just gone through appendix surgery when I came on the set. And one thing about me, I just loved this work and I just went on set like that, even though I knew I hadn't completely healed. One day, one day like that, pus started to come out from the surgery place, and she made sure they took me to the very best hospital in Magodo, yada yada yada, and all of that. So I just said, this woman is quite sweet, Sha. Anywho, fast forward to sometime last year, and I was in a very bad place. I was in a horrible place. Unfortunately, a lot of people on social media did not know because, like one of the panelists said today, with social media, you put out the best. Even if you're crying in that limousine of yours, you wipe your face, put some powder, and you take a selfie and say, yeah, limousine baby. They don't know the amount of tears that you're shedding. And I was just in a very bad place. And when she said that, when she says, emotional pain can actually cause you physical pain. It happened to me. Nonsense sickness. Way on a normal day, I know they sick. I can't start to be sick. I struggled to go on a set and somehow I had sepsis. What is sepsis? And it was so bad that when they managed to rush me to a hospital in Ibadan, the doctor literally, everybody thought I was dead, honestly. And when I got back to life, the doctor was like, what's your name? I said, my name is Omowunmi Dada. And normally your red blood cell is supposed to be between maybe 7,000 to 11,000. Mine was 33,000. It was literally a miracle how I was alive. Nonsense like that. That's how I could have just honestly died. So this bad place I was in, and I thought, nah, things can never get better from this point. I was as broke, and I barely could afford to pay my rent. Then my godmother, Her Excellency Omolewa Ahmed, said, you need therapy. And I said, Mommy, she said, don't worry. Coach Jola will come to me. I don't even have the money. She said, don't worry. I will pay for you. And that was how I started to talk to Coach Jola. I remember the very first time, and in this capacity, she wasn't just Pastor Jola, she was my coach. And for the first time in months, I wept. Not weeping from the place of the pain, but I wept from the place of clarity, and for the first time, I was seeing myself. You know how you use a black cloth to cover yourself and you're just walking like this? And for the first time, it felt like the veil was taken off my eyes and I was seeing how beautiful I was. She told me to hug myself, and I hugged myself so much that for over 5-10 minutes, I could not stop hugging myself. And of course, we went through the affirmations. And I would say that I didn't even realize that I was traumatized, childhood trauma. And when you say that Many times we are, and that's the truth, we're a product of our childhood, our background, our society. We don't even know that these are the things that form who we are and the reasons why we do the things that we do. Until you meet someone like maybe a Coach Jola that would path your way, that would walk with you into the past to decipher all of these things. And you're like, oh wow. And a lot of us live with this lie that time heals. It's not true. Time covers up, it doesn't heal. With healing, you have to go through proper healing. And I am so grateful that with God and the help of Coach Jola, I was able to heal. And I would say that I started to live, my life literally started after some of my sessions. That was when I knew who Omowunmi Dada was. Not what she is. What she is, she's actor, she's kiniko. The who that she is. The very ingredients that make Omowunmi Omowunmi. If today Omowunmi stops being an actor, the who, the essence of who she is. And it also helped me align with my purpose. So now I don't just call myself Omowunmi Dada, I call myself the Omowunmi Dada, because I know who I am now. And with that also, a lot of things started to change. Mentally, physically. I mean, last year was when I don't know who has ever had 2 American visas on their passport. I did. I was supposed to go to University of Michigan for something, and then one other something. I just said these 2 things are supposed to happen. 2 types of visas. One was supposed to be much later in the year. I said, I will go there. They will interview me for both. And if they ask me how I came, I will tell them Jesus is with me. It has never happened before. I did 2 interviews that day. Prior to this, United States had denied me 2 different times. The last time I wept and I said, you people take your country, I'm not even coming again, go and take your country. But this time I had a 5-year and I had a 6-month work visa that even gives me like a social security number and all of that. And then I went ahead to being the global artist for the University of Michigan. The very first African global artist for the University of Michigan. After that, I was nominated for Best Actress at the AMVC. I had never gotten that nomination before. Too many films, too many projects. And now when all of these things happen, they happen. And I'm grateful because the life I used to, before now, it felt like I was just a zombie walking and all of that. But now when I talk, when I make moves, when I live, when I breathe knowing who I am. And I'm so grateful, Coach Jola. Thank you so much for letting yourself. Thank you for investing in me. Thank you because through you, a lot of people have also been helped. My friends now, somehow, when they have issues, they just say, oh, Mom, and I can listen. I can even advise them. And I tell my fiance that, baby, I'm in coaching session. Me now, I'm not a coach to my friends. I don't know how, somehow it just felt like I have the right words to soothe their pains. I have the right words to help them become better. Even though I still send them to Coach Jola, but temporarily, while you're still looking for Coach Jola's money, I'm still here. And, a lot of them have been blessed. And I'm like an offshoot of Coach Jola. So I just want to say thank you. And I want to encourage someone today to also sponsor another person. Because if my godmother had not sponsored me, maybe I would have still been a wreck. I was posting pictures at that particular point in time, but people did not know that I was a complete disaster. Like I could not even, sometimes I would just call my friend, hello, Sumo, come. And she would just come on, I would just be crying. I was in such a bad place. When you can literally see yourself dying, I could see myself die. And when I think about it, I'm like, this Amazon of a woman, how would you have thought yourself die? So thank you so much, Coach Jola. And please, if you can sponsor someone, please do. Thank you so much, everyone.